Welcome one and welcome all. Now, I've stated many times that March would be very difficult. Yeah, double jolly, that's going to be fun. And on the day of the performances, we've got to perform one after the other. So it's going to be great. We've got to learn 2 scripts for them and do one after the other. And we're being assessed on that. Now, what's really going to twist the knife is that's around mid-March. Guess what else is in mid-March? My acting production that I'm going into, right, at my acting club. So I'm going to need to know 3 scripts in March. The 3 drama pieces I had to learn, 2 for A-level drama, devised and scripted, and the 1 that I've been doing for my show in Chicago, where I've been playing Amos Hart, right? This was originally 5 scripts, including the audition pieces for the National Theatre and my first choice uni, but which I didn't even get into, so there we go. From 5 to 3 to none. Now first I'll talk about the drama pieces for Unit 3 of my A-level drama grade. We have been working on this for about 6 months now, or we had been. That's the beauty of the past. Let's discuss.
Here we are, Mrs. Malabrook, come to mitigate the frowns of unrelenting beauty.
So, the 2 pieces that we had to do were the scripted piece, where we had to take an extract of a piece from The Rivals and perform it, and our devised piece where we had to create a ghost story from scratch. The scripted one was easy enough to do because we only had to, once we had our extract, we just had to stage it and learn the script. The hardest part was all the ridiculous words and fancy sayings each character had. Like, I play Anthony Absolute, right, who's the son of Jack Absolute, who's the main character. And one of my lines were, "May I not flatter myself that Miss Languish will assign what cause of dislike she can have to my son? Why don't you begin, Jack? Speak, you puppy, speak!" Because, you know, people talk like that, don't they? Although, this does take place in the 1700s. What happened to the English language? You know, in the 1700s, it's, "May I not flatter myself that Miss Languish will assign what cause of dislike she can have to my son? Why don't you begin, Jack? Speak, you puppy, speak!" The 1900s, as represented by my fancy glasses and hat. "Quit beating around the bush, will ya? You think Miss Languish heads up for my boy? Spill it, Jack! Quit yapping like a little pup and speak your mind!" I don't know what that accent was. And then the 2020s, as according to ChatGPT, as a roadman, "Oi, let's not pretend Miss Languish ain't got a problem with my boy. Don't waste my time, Jack. Start talking, you little pup." Hey, I'm not talking to you, Reg. Oh, no, I want to talk to you. Alright, Reg. We just don't talk like we used to. And then, in our devised piece, we had to create a ghost story based off inspiration from our stimuli. Which were, I'll keep this simple because it's as boring as it sounds. The stimuli are the words, "the theatre," and the Queen song, "The Show Must Go On." Now, ours was basically about a man who mistakenly believes his girlfriend to be cheating on him with his best friend. So he kills his girlfriend and then his best friend by first smashing a glass bottle over his girlfriend's head, then poisoning his best friend, and then he poisons his best friend's girlfriend because she saw what he just to cover up his tracks. Yeah, it was a laugh. We also had to create a process report, which is basically an essay explaining how we made what we made, and an evaluation judging our own performances. I'll spare you the details of that, because apart from the performing side of it, it's as boring as it sounds. As I write this and perform this, we have finished both pieces, but we haven't been given the recordings yet. I hope I can play them for you, and like last year, I'm not going to upload this video until I know whether I can or can't. But there we go. Anyway, we were meant to perform them on Wednesday the 8th of March, because we'd spent Monday and Tuesday the 6th and 7th of March practising all day in college, and the Monday and Tuesday of half term as well. But it bloody well snowed and ruined everything on the Wednesday, didn't it? I made a lot of videos relevant to this. I posted them in my college experience episode 8, if you want to see those. But it got postponed to the 16th of March. So on the day, I arrived in college at 8 o'clock, and we were waiting around, as you do, until the examiner comes. That's right. This year we had an examiner watch our performances, instead of just a recording that gets sent off. I'll talk about how the day went on the 16th. So first we do our rival pieces. There were 4 groups, we were going last. Now I was particularly nervous about this, partly because this was going towards my drama grade, but also because of memory. I knew all my scripts, but it had just been night 1 of Chicago. The 16th was night 2, right? More on that later. Nevertheless, my group's time came, we performed the rivals, and it went smoothly. There were no cock-ups or anything. The audience found my character really funny, so I think I did a good job playing Anthem Absolute. Her brain's been turned by reading. People found that sort of thing funny. Playing Anthem Absolute, I enjoyed playing him. I hate the story of the rivals because it's really confusing. I've hated it from the start. But playing Anthem Absolute was amazing. Then we had a 30-minute break for each group to prepare for our devised pieces. I was so glad that the rivals was over. As you can probably tell from the content that I'm showing you on screen, there's so many photos and videos, and I reckon in future we're trying to squash them in wherever we can. During the 30-minute break, I printed out another version of our script, the final version of it, because there were so many final versions, for the lighting and the placards that we showed and give to the audience to read out. We get back to the room where we watch another 2 performances, the other groups' devised performances. Halfway through this, the catering brings in teas, coffees and sandwiches and all for people, and you could hear the sound of crockery during one group's work, bless them, and food for everyone. So after they performed, we had food. It was food from the College 19, which was nice. There were sandwiches, crisps, brownie pieces, and fruit. Yeah. After dinner then, it was finally time for my group to perform our pieces. Why we had dinner halfway, I don't know, but there we go. When it was my group's turn, we set up our staging. We had a mini panic attack though, because one of our pieces of paper went missing. Because what happens is, in each story in our piece, one audience member is given a piece of paper, and they've got to read out the lines on that paper, because they play a character, a member of the jury, that decide whether my character is free to go or not. The last one, where the audience say that I'm free to go, was missing. On the day too. I was going to quickly write on a piece of paper the line, but Loki told someone in my class what to say at the right time. Kind of clutched that, and we were able to begin. It went really well. I knew all my lines, obviously. It was great. The actor in me did good there, and the audience seemed to enjoy me playing a domestically violent man. If I can, I'll play the recording now.
Now, Lydia, I insist on your behaving as becomes a young woman. Show your good breeding at least, though you have forgot your duty.
I've told you already, Mom. I shall look at him and will speak to him.
Here we are, Mrs. Malaprop, come to mitigate the frowns of unrelenting beauty. And difficult enough, I had to bring this fellow. I don't know what's the matter, but if I had not held him by force, he'd have given me the slip.
You had infinite trouble, Sir Anthony, in the affair. I was ashamed for the cause.
Lydia, rise, I beseech you, pay your respects.
I hope, Ma'am, that Miss Languish has reflected on the worth of this gentleman, and the regard due to her aunt's choice and my alliance. Now, Jack, speak to her.
What the devil should I do? You see, sir? She won't even look at me when she's talking to me. I knew she wouldn't. I told you so. Let me introduce you, sir, to leave us together.
I wonder I hadn't heard my aunt exclaim yet. Perhaps the two regimentals are alike and she is somewhat blind.
I say, sir, I won't stir a foot yet.
I am sorry to say, Sir Anthony, that my affluence over my niece is very small. Turn around, Lydia. I blush for you.
May I not flatter myself that Miss Languish will assign what cause of dislike she can have to my son? Why don't you begin, Jack? Speak, you puppy, speak!
It is impossible, Sir Anthony, that she can have any. She will not say she has. Answer, hussy. Why don't you answer?
Then, madam, I trust that a childish and hasty predilection will be no bar to Jack's happiness. Sansira, why don't you speak?
It seems my lover is little inclined to conversation as myself. How strangely blind my aunt must be.
Madam. Sir, I'm so confounded and so confused. I know I should be so, sir. I knew it. The tremor of my passion entirely takes away the presence of mind.
But it don't take away your wifeful, does it? Go up and speak to her directly.
Sir Anthony, shall we even together? Ah, you stubborn little vixen.
Not yet, madam, not yet. What the devil are you ask? Unlock your jaws, sirrah!
Oh, heaven sent, she may be too sullen to look round. I must disguise my voice. Will not Miss Languish lend an ear to the mild accents of true love? Will not...
What the devil ails the fellow? Why don't you speak out? Not stand there croaking like a frog in a quinsy.
The accents of my awe and my modesty quite choke me.
Ah, your modesty again, Jack. I'll tell you what. If you don't speak out directly and glibly too, I shall be in such a rage. Mrs. Malaprops, I wish the lady would favour us with something other than a side front.
So what will I say? Be not surprised, my Lydia. Suppress all surprise at present.
Heavens! 'Tis Beverley's voice. Sure we can't have imposed so to her Anthony too. How can this be? My Beverley? Is it really you? My Beverley?
Ah! It is all over.
Beverley? The devil Beverley. What can the girl mean? This is my son, Jack Absolute.
For shame, hussy, for shame! Your head runs so in that fellow that you have him always in your eyes. Beg Captain Absolute's pardon directly.
I see you, Captain Absolute, only my beloved Beverley.
Sounds the girl's mad. Her brain's been turned by reading.
Oh, my conscience, I believe so. What do you mean by Beverley, hussy? You saw Captain Absolute before today. There he is, your husband that shall be.
When I ignore my Beverley,
Oh, Jesus, mad as bedlam! Or has this fellow been playing us a rogue's trick? Come here, sirrah! Who the devil are you?
Faith, sir. I'm not quite clear myself. I'll endeavour to recollect.
Are you my son or not? Answer for your mother, you dog, if you won't for me.
Aye, sir. Who are you? Oh, mercy. Beginning to suspect.
Ye powers of impotence befriend me. Sir Anthony, most surely I am your wife's son, and I sincerely believe myself to be yours also. I hope my duty is always shown. Mrs. Malaprop, I am your most respectful admirer, and shall be proud to add affectionate nephew. I need not tell Lydia that she sees her faithful Beverley, who, knowing a single generosity of her temper, assumed that name and station, which has now proven a test to the most disinterested love. which he now hopes to enjoy in a more elevated character.
So, there will be no elopement after all.
Upon my soul, Jack, thou art a very impudent fellow. To do you justice, I think I never saw a piece of more consummate assurance.
Oh, you flatter me, sir. You compliment. 'Tis my modesty, you know. My modesty which has stood in my way.
Well, I am glad you are not the dull, insensible varlet you pretended to be. However, I am glad you have made a fool of your father, you dog.
I am.
So this was your penitence, your duty and obedience. I thought it was damned sudden. What, you never heard their names before? Not you? What, the Languishers of Worcestershire? If you could please me in the affair, it was all you desired. Ah, you dissembling villain! What, she squints, eh? A little red-haired girl? I wonder you ain't ashamed to hold up your head.
It is with difficulty, sir. I am much confused, very much confused, as you must perceive.
Oh, Lord Sir Anthony. A new light breaks in upon me. Hey, what? Captain, did you write the letters then? What? Am I to thank you for the elegant compilation of an old weather-beaten she-dragon? Oh, mercy. Was it you that reflected on my parts of speech?
Dear sir, my modesty will be overpowered at last. If you don't assist me, I shall be not certain to stand it.
Come, Mrs. Malaprop. We must forget and forgive. Odds life. Matters have taken so clever a turn all of a sudden that I could find it in my heart to be so good-humoured and so gallant. Eh, Mrs. Malaprop?
Well, Sir Anthony, since you desire it, we will not anticipate the past. So mind, young people, our retrospection will be all to the future.
Come, Mrs. Malaprop, we must leave them together. They long to fly into each other's arms. I warrant Jack isn't the cheek, as I said, and the eye, you rogue, and the lip, eh? Come, Mrs. Malaprop, will not disturb their tenderness. This is the time of life for happiness. Use the season made for joy. Hey! I'm in such good spirits that I don't know what I could not do. Permit me, ma. Older. I should like to have it fully myself. Older.
Hello everyone, welcome to your jury duty. Please remember to turn off all mobile phones as there will be no flash photography or videography, and please remember to stay unbiased as this is part of your jury duty. Would you mind just reading these out for us? Thank you. And enjoy your jury duty, everyone.
Today's May the 13th. The time is 6:50 p.m. And would you please confirm your name to be Anwea Young?
That's right.
Okay, Mr. Young. This interview is being recorded for security reasons. There is nothing to be alarmed about.
Why would I be alarmed? I've done nothing wrong. You're wasting your time.
And do you know why you're here today?
I haven't got a clue.
You are here because you are suspected of having killed 3 separate people on 3 separate occasions. The first of those victims being your partner, Sarah Owens.
I would never do such a thing.
Would you like to tell your side of the story?
Well, it was a typical Sunday afternoon. My partner was in the kitchen preparing food for a Sunday roast, as a woman should. I was in the living room watching the football, when, naturally, I asked my partner Sarah to come into the living room. She slipped, and before me lay a horrific scene. It's a tragedy, officer. And then...
That's not what happened, you liar. This is what happened. It was a typical Sunday afternoon. I was in the kitchen preparing food for Sunday roast, and my partner was in the living room watching the football. He thought I was cheating on him with his co-worker Levi, who happened to be one of my best friends who had just gotten married. But he was wrong. He was so wrong. Hello? Oh yeah, I'm all good. You okay? Yeah, good, good. What's up? Oh, you mustn't find out. You mustn't find out.
He mustn't find out.
I booked the hotel.
You've booked the hotel.
No, he doesn't know I'm talking to you. He would hate it if he knew. He's in work most of next week. We can get together then. Do this properly. I thought he almost heard when I was booking the table. That would have ruined everything.
That would have ruined everything.
Oh God, yeah. He would go mad. But don't worry. I won't tell him yet. Yeah, well, okay. That's all sorted. Alright. Catch you later. Bye.
Saren, come in here a minute.
Yeah?
Who was that on the phone?
Oh, it's just Levi.
Oh, just Levi. What did he want?
Don't worry. You'll find out soon enough.
Oh, will I? You cheat! He mustn't find out. I booked the hotel. You dumb slut! Did you think I wouldn't notice?
You're drunk. And get out of my face.
I'll teach you to cheat on me!
So this is my story.
And that's what happened.
And could you justify your appearance to your place of employment when the second person you were accused of murdering works at despite not being scheduled that day?
I was just checking up on Lord Powell. He was such good friends with my girlfriend and I. You see, I turned up and I called him. He was working on this BMW 7 Series, but no answer. I tapped his leg. No answer. And it was only when, oh God, I pulled him out from under the car that I saw his face had turned blue from drinking brake fluid.
And how do you know it was brake fluid?
Well, I am a mechanic. I know these things. So I went to call for help, and then...
That was not what happened. My death was not an act of suicide. I had everything to live for. My death was not an act of suicide, but injustice and cruelty. This is what really happened. It was a typical Monday morning. I knew nothing of the night before. I was in work, fixing a BMW 7 Series for a favour for an old mate of mine. Brake pads, you know. When Anwea, my co-worker, my friend, came into work with the wrong idea about me and his girlfriend. He thought we were... Oh, it's just ridiculous. What the bloody hell are you doing? You could have knocked before you came in here. You gave me an heart attack, Ed. Anyway, what do you think about this buoy? Just came this morning, busted brake pads or something. Looks great, but extremely dangerous.
Danger lurks around every corner, doesn't it?
You say that again, mate, especially this tomorrow. Thought you had the day off today.
Well, I did, but as money has been tight recently, I thought I'd pick up some extra shifts.
Oh, fair enough. Can't complain though. I do like the dump. Tell you what, you can do something for me. Fetch me my drink and the screwdriver from over on the desk, please. I'm a bit harsh with you.
Of course.
Cheers, mate, thank you. Oh, so, did you see the football last night? Less said better. Oh, God, this is going to take me forever now.
And there's your screwdriver. And there's your
Oh, cheers, mate, thank you. That tastes off. Right, better get back to sorting out these busted brake pads. I want to get the replacement part and this done by the end of today.
Right.
That's just my day off.
Well, I am going to go to the office. Do you want anything?
No, honestly, I am. Help me!
What was that?
Help me! My throat's burning. My throat burning.
I must have switched your water with brake fluid. So that's what happened to Levi, and a tragedy that should never have happened.
And finally, could you tell us where you were at the third victim's death?
Well, after what happened to Levi, I went to call for some help. And then Teufel came into the garage because Levi had forgotten his sandwiches that day. I had to explain what had happened to her partner, but it was a tragedy because that's when...
That's not what happened. Anwea was rather trying to dodge letting me be able to see my boyfriend. So this is what happened.
Just like no one...
Hiya.
What are you doing here?
Just come to give him his lunch.
Well, leave me here with me. I'll make sure.
I'm sure you won't mind having a break.
Well, he's very busy at the moment.
Well, like I said, breaks can help him relax, you know.
Well, he's doing that.
But you just said he was busy, so he can't be having a nap and be busy.
He's perfectly fine, okay?
Why would you say he's fine when I didn't suggest that he wasn't fine? So are you trying to suggest he's not okay?
Look, he's perfectly fine. Don't calm down. He's
Oh, God.
perfectly fine.
I'm hyperventilating. It happens when I'm stressed.
Well, why don't you take a seat, have a drink. I'm sure he won't be too long.
You know what he's like when he becomes stressed. He's too busy, so he becomes stressed and forgets something, but he's so busy with your party.
Oh, what? Party?
Um,
You mentioned a party.
no party here.
I'm fairly sure you mentioned a party. My birthday coming up, and you mentioned a party. It better not be a birthday party. I hate birthday parties.
You got me. We know you hate surprises, so we wanted to keep it until the birthday, but you just hate them so much.
You mustn't kind of
out. You mustn't find out.
You mustn't find out.
You mustn't find out.
You mustn't find out.
What did you put in that drink?
You always jump to conclusions.
You never think before you act.
You said it great for all four of us. You always jump to
You never
conclusions.
think
You
before
said it
you
great.
act.
You always jump to
You never think
conclusions. You
before
said
you
it great.
act. You never think before you act.
Shut up!
You're so young you can grab your things and go. Sorry for wasting your time.
Thank you. About time. No. You! You! How can it be you? Because I know what I know!
And that was about 6 months of class, lessons and work completed. Our group we were so relieved. Like, it was such a weight off our shoulders. We'd had setbacks, challenges and inconveniences of all kinds, right? And too many to mention here. But we smashed it. People in our class were saying how ours was the best one, which was really nice, but I don't know. I really enjoyed everyone's group. It was great. Now, let's talk about Chicago. My show was from the 15th to the 18th of March. I'll talk about the lead up to it and the nights that the show went on. So every year we have what's called Big Sunday, where we spend all day going over our performance, right? I also had this hat. This wasn't my actual hat, obviously, because it's seen better days, but it was my practice hat for Amos, for my song Mr. Cellophane. Now, Big Sunday is the Sunday before the show, and it's your last chance to bring up any questions or change anything, really, before you perform on the night. We were given our costumes on this day, which I can now show you. I wasn't allowed to post any photos of my costume until after the final night of the show. But it was a good day. We smashed it. It was my last Big Sunday because it's my last year at my acting club after 11 years. I've been there since I was 7 or 6. I can't remember, 7, 6, one of them. Fast forward to the 15th, opening night of the show. I still had college. I went to Welsh. We didn't do much in Welsh because there was a thingy inset day for that college, but not for mine. I went to Welsh, then back to the town centre. Before I went to the theatre, I stayed in my dressing room for a while. One of the best parts of nearing show day is being able to live in your dressing room. Like, you can just chill in your dressing room for a while before the whole thing starts. And when you're not needed as well. It's really nice. Anyway, we were all hyped for opening night. I was absolutely terrified, right? The thing is, though, the feeling that you get when you're nervous, your fight or flight response that feels horrific to experience, it's that very adrenaline I love. Like, you feel so alive. I know it sounds cringy, but you feel like so alive, like so alert and like ready to go. Like, I can do this. I can do this. It's like, I don't know, you feel it's like a mad rush you get. It's brilliant. Why do drugs when you can do acting? The show went on, and we smashed it on all 4 nights. I have a solo in the show called Mr. Cellophane. I'll use this hat. I had a lot of compliments saying that I can sing, which is nice. I'm going to play a compilation of photos and short videos relevant to the show, celebrating it, and I'll leave context as to how these photos and videos were taken, or if there's any information I want to link with each photo. So, on the final day I had my final vocal warm-up, final chat from my director before we go off and get changed. Then, We gave our director and everyone relevant to the creation of the show presents, such as the musical director, stage manager and general helpers, etc. I brought in £5 to help fund the gifts, because it tends to be tradition that the girls get gifts for all the people and we pay them. We did the show for the final time. Afterwards we were all emotional, people crying, people leaving. It was really sad. I had people crying because I was leaving. And it was the last time that I would be Amos, and the last time I'd be in a show ran by the acting club. I had final words with my director. I'd be lying if I said I didn't nearly cry at this point. I got out my costume, and I went to face the crowd. One of the best parts of our shows is that after the shows, the audience tend to wait out in the lounge, and you can go into the audience and meet whoever came to watch you and everyone else, and the audience congratulate you on how amazing they thought you were and all that. If you're a main character, you get so much applause. It is brilliant. I love it. It is so amazing. I definitely want to be an actor in the future because I love it. I love the passion, the adrenaline that you feel when you're about to go on stage. I love it. Every night I had someone I knew watching, whether it be my mum, my nan, my aunt, my uncle, drama teacher surprisingly, and a few others. On the final night of the show, after facing the crowd, we went to Casper's. We would have gone to Tiffin's as per tradition, but they weren't going to stay open for us, so we had Casper's. Now, I pushed the boat out a little bit here. I had an Oreo waffle, a Coke float, and a chocolate fudge sundae. A lot of dessert. But it was very nice. I'm surprised that I didn't get diabetes, not gonna lie. I had so much ice cream and Coke. But anyways, after Casper's, I decided to do something rather devious. I went to Hollywood Bowl and there was a bouncer on the door. Big and hard, there was a bouncer on the door. I went in and I asked if we could go bowling. Naturally, at that time of night, he asked if I was over 18. Are you over 18, son? And he asked for proof. I said I was, and I showed him this cheeky little ID thing I may or may not have created that claims I'm 18. He agreed and he let us in, despite none of us being 18. Oh no, one person's 18, but they didn't have their ID. We had a game of bowling. There were about 15 of us eventually, and we all had a laugh, reminiscing about the good old times and bowling in character from the show. I'm gonna bowl in character. Come on, go. Oh yeah, Jimmy's bowling character. It's not guilty until you get a strike. Oh yeah. 3, 2, 1. That wasn't it's too perfect. It's too perfect. It was brilliant. I'll now play the bowling clips. The most of them pretty funny, very entertaining. Do enjoy. Oh yeah, Jimmy's bowling character. It's not guilty until you get a strike. Oh yeah. 3, 2, 1. That wasn't it's too perfect. It's too perfect. Bowl like Fred Casely. I've got to think of a line a minute. Give me a sec. So, yeah. So, tell you if I see you with another mate's child. No, say. But sweetheart, Braxton, please. Oh yeah, right. Somebody shoot me. Someone shoot me. I got it. Right, you gotta sit right. Don't. Nobody wants to. But sweetheart. Don't, sweetheart, me you. That was sick. My Braxton, please. Go on, Theo. Go on then. Roll the curviest. Go, roll! Roll the curviest when you can, Theo. Oh! If you get a spare child, he'll fuck you. What the fuck? Ah, you got him! Fogarty and Amos Hart collaboration. Yeah, you bet I'm ready. No. I'm going to be bound in, that's good. Not bad, not bad, Fogarty.
Are you surprised, Charlie?
Not really, no.
If I don't get a strike, who's scared to see?
Oh, please don't get a strike.
Who's scared to see? Agreed, disagreed, conclusion.
Gather round, guys, gather round. This is the final shot of the night. I really love spending time. If you get this too, I will finger you. If I get this means next year's show. Callum's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Jamie's gonna be there. Steve's gonna be there. Julio's obviously.
And Lily.
And Lily's gonna be there.
If you make it, I'll be in
She's
next
Butler's
year.
actually.
If you make it next year, I will finger Jamie.
To us.
Yeah, okay.
Next show is gonna be the best show if I get this.
It won't be if it's Oklahoma.
If you don't get it, I'm not coming back next year.
Happy Chicago, guys. Happy Chicago.
He's only gone and done it.
Oh my god. He's gone and done it, I think.
This means next year's show. Callum's gonna be there.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there. Steve's gonna be there. Julio's obviously
And Lily.
And Lily's gonna be there. No, she's in Butler's actually. She'll bring the Butler twice to us.
Yeah.
Next show is gonna be the best show if I get this. Happy Chicago, guys. Happy Chicago.
He's only gone and done it.
Oh, he's no one's wife, but oh, I love my life.
Oh, I gotta go again. Alright, guys, don't worry, that's not the last one. Right, this is the last one. If we get a strike this time, this means the show's gonna be doubly good. I'm not gonna get a strike. If I hit any down, it's gonna be amazing.
I'm gonna miss.
Well, guess it's only singly amazing.
Right, guys.
That just happened.
Right, guys. Are you ready? Right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're about to see a strike. No, you're not.
This time.
Oh, yes, we are. Sit down, dummy! Where'd you come from?
I agree. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are about to see a strike.
Top 3! That's not.
And then finally, it came time for the goodness to end. We all said our goodbyes. Most of them would see each other again for another year of acting in September. But a few of us wouldn't. Because, although most of us leaving are the main cast. I know my wife in Chicago is leaving. My lawyer, her lawyer, quite a few people are leaving. Mary Sunshine and all are leaving. But I think leaving with a main part in such an outstanding show was the best time for me to leave. I've worked my way up from being just a background extra to having a minor role for being Jesus in Godspell to being a pirate king in Pirates of Penzance, although not because of COVID, that got cancelled, to finally having a main part as Amos Hart in Chicago. It's a fantastic build-up, and it's a perfect time to leave. 11 years of being at my acting club had led to this very moment, saying goodbye to everyone outside Hollywood Bowl. It's been amazing, but I couldn't have asked for a better exit. This year sees the end of my acting club for me, the end of college, and the start of university, because come September I'm in university. So yeah, it's a time for change. And change, it is scary, but it lends itself to new opportunities that I'm sure I'll be able to document in plenty of videos to come. But yeah, I'm not scared of going on the stage. I am genuinely scared for change. I don't like change, it's terrifying, but it means it's going to be exciting, right? But what does this mean for my broader college life? Well, the next big thing now that I'm revising is my Welsh oracy exam, where I've got to speak in Welsh to an examiner about certain stuff, and it's called Cymraeg yn y Cymdeithas, which is Welsh in Society, and a story that we've been reading called Crash. I've also got to go back to my lovely job, earning money for my driving lessons. So I'm looking at my lovely priority board, right? I'll show you what I've done with it so far, right? So it's a bit of a mess at the moment, because I haven't played with it for a while. So, I've already confirmed that my acting club, I hadn't mentioned it for a long time, but I recently told you it's the Congress Youth Theatre. But now that's over for this year, so that's one less thing I've got to think about for my college life, looking across the board here. I've got drama left, I've got driving lessons, I've got media, and I've got Welsh. I don't have Welsh back because I finished it towards the start of the year, in about January. So looking at all these, what do I prioritise the most at the moment? Welsh. So I'm going to put Welsh and stick it at the very top for priority. Then we've got drama, driving lessons and media. What comes next after that? Drama definitely comes down, it's not a priority anymore. Driving lessons are not really a priority. I've got my theory booked, but that's after all my exams, so I'm going to sit them to the side a minute. I do need to get my media back up to scratch, but it's not a huge priority, so I'm going to stick it in the middle of my priority list. Ooh. Here we go. Drama, I'm not worried about drama because that's towards the end of the year. Drama I don't need to think about for a while. And then driving lessons. Driving lessons is a difficult one because I need to learn quickly, but the exams for it aren't happening anytime soon. So I think I'm going to put it in between drama and media. Right? Here we go. So if I just show you now, on my lovely priority board. Ooh, slanted a bit, but that's fine. So Welsh is at the very top, because I come up my Welsh oracy on the 20th of April, in about a month from now. Then, hello Reg. Then we go to media, because I got the exam a month after the Welsh oracy. And I do have my coursework actually to upload. I haven't uploaded it yet. So actually, yeah, it'll stay there because that's easy enough to do. Then driving lessons. There's not really a time limit for driving lessons though, apart from my theory exam, my theory test. And then drama, which is only the exam a month. I think it's a month or 2 months after my Welsh oracy. So there's not really a priority there. The priority is Welsh in terms of my priority board now. My job, it's not a priority. It doesn't even belong on the board, right? But there we go. I think that's everything. No Welsh back. No Congress Youth Theatre anymore. That's everything at the moment. So there we go. That was probably the hardest but most exciting part of my college life. That's probably over. Now I've got to pay attention and proper respect to my other subjects, lest I fail them. But yes, Unit 3 of Drama, the 2 pieces I've been working on for 6 months, are over. Chicago, that I've been working on for 6 months, being Amos Hart, is over. The hardest, the Mayhem in March, is now over. So, thank you for watching everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe. Have a good day. Don't forget to drink hot chocolate. Stay safe. We knew we could do it, guys. Anything's possible if you set your mind to it. And goodbye.